Hello and welcome to BW London podcast. So I'm noticing there's a lot of other black female YouTubers who are talking about black men not being attracted to black women, and they're just uplifting themselves and talking about going into other races and ignoring black man's, degrading them, to, praising other women's skin tones, more European features, hair colours and so on. But my thing is this: I don't think it is that black men are not attracted to black women. In the 90s, which was my younger years, my teenage years, black men were very attracted to black women. But we had our own image. We had our own hairstyles. At best, we used to put in a little side piece of weave to make the hair fuller. But the black women of today were not the black women. The black women of today are not the black women of then. We literally had our own image. We were popular within our own right, and our own men did like us. So to start crying that, oh, black men don't like us, I think you need to address why. In England, where I am, over 72% of black women are overweight, and in America, I hear that that's 80%. It is a big deal. If the majority of looks that black men are seeing are unattractive, it is creating a scenario. It's just reality. A few years ago, I listened to a radio station that black men called up and were talking about how disgusting black women is, and even the ugliest of white women look better than black women. I mean, it was rude. They went too far. But however, I could hear their anger, and they were just so disgruntled, and I wasn't feeling it. I was absolutely furious. But, years later, when I'm looking around at society and I'm comparing our black women of before to black women of now, I can actually see why they're complaining. It is an issue. So you've got 72 to 80% of us overweight for a start. Then you've got most of us wearing other people's hair, and it's in abundance now. It's not pieces, it's not strips, it's your whole hair covered. No texture. Your hair texture is not in sight anywhere. It's just this European hair along with some big fat baby hairs. Then you've got these fan eyelashes. I don't need to go into it. We know what this is. It's like a transvestite look that black women have taken on. And now black women are saying that they're not attracted. Black men, sorry, are saying they're not attracted to black women. Are we surprised? Is it really about going off on our high horse, talking about, I don't care, we can do all bad by themselves, or is it about fixing who we are and making our own image, going back to our own image and making black men follow suit naturally? So my friend, she's not light skinned, but she's also not dark skinned, so she fits somewhere in between. And she told me last year that nearly every man she's dated makes it clear to her that he only dates red-skinned girls. She's the darkest girl they've ever dated, but it's because she's nice or whatever. I've never been told that, ever. Ever. And I'm a dark-skinned girl, and I've never been told, I normally date light-skinned girls, but blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, is this the kind of talk that is going on amongst us? It's crazy and it's weird. But as women, we have a responsibility to fix up our image. Before we start bawling that, oh, black men don't fancy us, they shouldn't fancy us. Not looking like, I don't fancy us looking like that. And women, we look at each other and like, oh yeah, you look nice. That doesn't look nice. The transvestite look is not nice, and it's dominated. It's dominated in media. It's dominated in actual black women on the street, and black men ain't feeling it. What is wrong with that? Can we stop arguing about it? Can we stop making up all different reasons and start talking about other races like we have those options? Black women can get with men from other races, but it's not in an abundance. It will be in a minority. Black men can get with other races in an abundance. Can we please keep it real so we can fix the problem? Black women need to fix up the way they look. We need to see more natural hair. We need to see more people in shape. And I promise you, our men will return. Promise. And how I know that this is true, my husband, he loved my natural hair. Anybody I meet on street, black men, that's normally the first thing they compliment, my natural hair. Black men like natural hair. They like the natural look. I know this. You have to be a black woman who's actually gone natural to actually experience it, but it's a real thing. It opens up your options. It doesn't reduce them. It genuinely opens them up. By being all you, by being fit, in shape, having your own hair, you get more black men. Men want to see us as we are. I have to add, most black women haven't met their natural hair because parents have been perming and straightening their hair since they were 8 and 9 years old. So black women talk a lot of nonsense about their own hair because they're unfamiliar with it. This whole thing that it's hard to deal with, blah, 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 it's not true. It's not true. It's hard to deal with if you're comparing it with European hair. But once you get into your hair, I mean, a black woman, to cane her hair, she wouldn't feel attractive. But believe it or not, black men will find you attractive. We need to take back our image. We need to go back to who we are. It's not working for us. It's not. We are losing.